Hey guys, let's just take a quick look at the two land parcels that were sold yesterday. Sold as in the tender just closed but not confirmed awarded yet. There were two of them. One is the Upper Thomson Road, which is the Springleaf side. Then the other one is the near towards the Zion side. So we'll be taking a quick look at these two. The first one will be the one at Springleaf, which is right beside MRT. So for those people who are crazy over Lentor, this is a very close alternative, because if you think about it, it's just one stop down, and this is even nearer to MRT. One stop down further MRT, this is just only, according to this article, 1.8 km away from the previous plot. I think Lentor mentioned they around that area. 1.8 km away, and if you are just already taking MRT, one stop down is not too much of a difference, especially if it's just 1.8 km. Then later we'll take a look at the map to see how close it actually is. When that's the case, will this be a strong competitor to those Lentor bunch? I think that is where a lot of people don't realize. They think that, hey, Springleaf is Springleaf, Lentor is Lentor. But Lentor previously, when you tell people about Lentor, they were also saying the same thing. Lentor sibei ulu, nothing there, blah blah blah. Then now suddenly it's like the hottest thing. Who knows? Maybe 2 to 3 years, maybe. I wouldn't even say 3 to 4 years. Maybe 2 to 3 years down the road, suddenly Springleaf is the next big thing. Okay, so this is a residential land. The other plot that's going to be awarded soon, the next one, I think this one is parcel B, the other one was parcel A. Now parcel A is the one that has a commercial below one. Okay, the most important thing over here is that this is a very big plot of land. There's going to be 940 units estimated currently, based on the price, based on the stated specifications over there previously. 900 plus. This is like a mega development already. In fact, it's like a size of North Park in Yishun, which we know is a successful project. Not to say, this is ulu, but this is still not as far as North Park, both fortunately and unfortunately. But the bid price is only 905 PSF PPR. If you think about it, this is cheaper than the Lentor bunch. Of course, you can say that this is further than Lentor. Later, we'll take a look also again at the numbers based on the land prices and the break-even, etc. This was about 7.8% lower than the previous plot that was obtained by Hong Leong. And by the way, this one is the same bunch of guys that managed to get it. But this is only the so bit. That means the developer appetite for this area is not even that strong or keen. Because I would say, as a developer, I will feel this is a scary place to get into. First of all, they have so many land plots fighting at the same time. And then if you look at this so bid itself, Guaco, I don't think they expected a so bid, because if they only put in this kind of price, it's more like a try their luck. So even they themselves are not really that certain that whether they really want this piece of land. Because I can't remember what was the other land parcel recently. There was another developer that submitted 2 different entries to make sure that they wanted to get it. So if they really wanted to get it, Guaco would have probably submitted 2 different tenders to go and try to fight for this land. But apparently this is not the case. The other plot is a little bit smaller, but still quite a big piece of land, 262,000 square feet. It's going to be closing on June. Usually they launch it for about 6 months there. About previously, people expected about 5 bids, but already end up only 1 bid. Therefore, this is quite an obvious low interest level. Developers are a little bit scared. For those that are for developers that are looking for a long stay service apartment, they will be considering adjacent parcel A, which is this one. But I don't think that's really the case, because how much you go and rent out for service apartment is going to be quite some money. But I don't think there's going to be so many units for them to really see it as a lucrative thing. That's why I don't think this point is really valid. This is just quite some rubbish opinion, which I don't really believe. Well, but if you do believe yourself, then yeah. But this what you need to more or less know is that the new development, according to here, is that they are expecting to sell between 2000 to 2002 PSF based on the different agencies lah. But if Lentor mentioned sold at 2002 PSF, unlikely this is going to be selling at 2002 PSF. That means they should be selling lower. And if, in case you are wondering, this one Guaco has the strong foothold, then that's why they want to push the price. But unfortunately, there are still quite a number of unsold units at the Lentor side. Therefore, they will want to clear those at the Lentor. And if they need to clear this one is no joke. If this piece of land was awarded, which slightly I feel they will be awarded lah. If this piece of land was awarded 900 plus units, this is a mega development. They wouldn't want to price it too ambitious because they really need to move 900 plus units. This is no joke. That's why, in case for those of you who are thinking, we bought into Lentor side, this one is not a trap because Gokko will help to anchor the price. You also need to know that they also 自身难保 got 900 plus. They also got another Lentor, all these that are totally not doing well at all. Then how are they going to cope with that? Okay, and upcoming there's still one more that they have to worry about. And if you look at these two lands, one was the one that was just launched, was sold almost about 1 year back, slightly below 1 year almost about 1 year back, and then was selling very well. This one upcoming, and this was sold about 5 months later. And 5 months later, the break-even price, they bought about the same kind of land. Theoretically, if you for those people who buy into the Lentor transformation thing, because there were different plots of land, the different plots of land were supposed to help you push up the price. But after 5 months already, you are still buying the area for almost the same price, or actually slightly cheaper, 2 PSF cheaper. Then how are these lands going to help you? They will end up being as competition for you because they are about the same age. Same goes for Springleaf. If something further down is actually going to be cheaper than you, then how does it make Lentor a more attractive place? Okay, you see, previously this was 1 year ago pricing. 1 year ago, we are already in April. 1 year ago pricing, we are already at here for Lentor. If based on the past few years, years, GLS is going to be more and more expensive, which is not always the case. But if you buy into that pitch, and then therefore that's why you got into a Lentor model or mention or whatever, then this way of land appreciation is not helping. After 1 year, this guy is buying. I know, before can tell me this one MRT station now, it's not fair to compare. I understand, but you also have to factor in inflation after 1 year, and then supposedly the land is supposed to help you push up your price, but this is selling almost 100 PSF cheaper. So how is this Springleaf going to help you in these two? And as such, Springleaf may end up being quite a viable competitor. In fact, if it's me, I don't mind being in Springleaf if I have to choose. If I die, I can only choose Springleaf and Lentor. I may actually just end up choosing Springleaf because I'm literally right beside the MRT. This is not mentioned, it's quite far away. Of course, you can say, some people can say schools but I know schools is vital for you. It may not be vital for quite a few families, and especially those people who are buying 1-2 bedrooms, those kind. How many are actually buying for schools? Is it really everyone buying that for schools? So the school factor, I think we already talked about this a lot of time before already. Let's not talk about it again. But it's not as influential as you think it is. So if we look at this chart, this is the whole bunch of Lentor cluster over here, and then just down this stretch, almost about 1.8 km away only. Then you got these two mega. This one is a mega. This one I have no idea yet, but still at least I think about 700 plus units, which is quite a lot, quite good. Quite a number of units. I can't remember whether this is 700 plus, but it doesn't really matter. This is already 900 plus. This is, I would think, somewhere around close. And then this is right beside MRT. This is just one stop down away. How can this not be a competitor to these guys, to a already very saturated area? This can prove to be an additional competition. So for those of you buying into this area for for the future layer is going to help me push up price. Unfortunately, I really don't think this is going to be the case for now in Lentor and Springleaf area. So next, for the Zion area, this another loan bid again. So you can see developer sentiment is not good. Well, let's not deny it. And developer sentiment nowadays, especially for this kind of prime region, a lot of the CCR new launch are not moving. They wouldn't be so ambitious to go and try when they know that the current launches are not doing well. They wouldn't really want to go and try. Now they know that the demand in CCR, especially for leasehold, all these are not as lucrative as most people still think it is. Developers know the ground. They are also very cautious, and that's why they don't want to mess around and play with this. Now we are talking about this loan bid of 1,200 PSFPPR. 1,200 PSFPPR, you know how cheap is that thing? It's like the Pine, if I remember correctly, it's the Pine Grove Parcel B, which is right beside Pine Tree Hill. Imagine buying that with this. I think the funny thing is that previously Riviere was selling at this price back in 6.5 years ago. Yeah, 6.5 years ago, selling at this price. Now you're selling at this price. I don't think, especially after this loan bid thing, I don't think this is going to be awarded. Okay, that's my point of view. So for those of you who are thinking, I'm going to buy the Zion route, of course, if they do award this, I think it's going to be very interesting. But as of now, I don't think they are going to be awarding this GLS to CDL because it's a little bit too much of a low ball already. And nowadays, it's like the developers are like, nobody's trying. Okay, I try low ball. It's like going to a listing that is 1.5 million and then you throw in 1 million and hoping that it will take up. But of course, if it goes through, then the whole market will find it very, very interesting. In fact, the Springleaf and the Lentor side were all gonna very badly. The whole market will gonna. So I really don't think this is going to go through. So there is going to be another one that has a long stay service apartment with minimum 3 months. It's going to be a weird concept. Okay, I really don't think I want to stay in a condo where I have like service apartment people hanging around. Already people making noises about Airbnb already. Why would people want to stay in a place with long stay service apartment? Well, it reminds me of a recent so-called integrated development. Not really an integrated development. Somewhere in CCR, but I shall not mention about it. But yeah, it may not be as attractive as it seems it is. Then there are quite some reasons for it. Harmonization, we should already talk about it by now already. But like I mentioned, the long stay service apartment plays a little bit of an uncertainty. Previously, there's also another one, Avenia, already transacting at this price. If based on this price, the break even, you can see the cost nowadays has risen so much that 1,200 PSFPPR will already lead to a break even of almost about 2,004 to 2,006, and that's quite crazy. Given how much developer will usually have the price in for profit margin. After that, then that will be the selling price, which should be likely closer more towards 3,000 PSF. Okay, I agree it's about 3,000. Assuming this is going to be a break even, usually developers will want to price in about 20% profit margin. Then that will lead to about closer towards the 3,000 PSF average range. But all in all, I don't think they will be. I hope I'm right. Well, if you think otherwise, then feel free to comment below. I think that will be interesting for us to have a healthy debate. The key thing is healthy debate because there are some comments that come however salty, and there are maybe some other idiots or whatever. I mean, whatever it is, you guys want to comment nasty things. I can't stop you, but there's something called I encourage healthy debate. In fact, you are here respectfully debating everything. I will happily encourage it. But some people are just plain nasty, want to be negative. Then, unfortunately, your comments are not gonna stay. So don't bother wasting time over here and just get out of this channel, lah. But some people are just toxic in life. They're keyboard warriors. Then I think it kind of boils down to their personal life. I feel sad about them. I feel sad for them that their life is so miserable. But let's just not mix around with this kind of negativity, people. So anyway, this is an example of of how market has moved over the past 10 years, there are OCR that has risen over the past 10 years, almost 60%, and then our RCR that has only moved about 14%, and then there's a CCR that dropped by 2%. I'm not here trying to tell you that buying OCR is the best. Buying RCR is not so good. Buying CCR is not so good. In fact, this chart is just an example of how everything can vary. Are there CCR properties that appreciate more? Have. Are there RCR properties that appreciate more? Have. Are there RCR properties that has depreciated and dropped more than and dropped from its initial entry price 10 years ago? Also have. Same goes for OCR, but lesser of that, more of that in CCR. Most important thing is you know what you are supposed to be looking out for in the event that you are very concerned about your property value. Of course, like what I mentioned a lot of times before, if you can't really be bothered, you just, I want to buy whatever I want, I don't really care, I can't get too much money, I don't need this money for retirement, I just want to enjoy the nice view, nice location, I want face, then all this don't matter to you. But if you are very conscious about your property value, you need to maintain, because this is going to form a big part of your retirement life, then you have to be very careful of what you are buying into. This is just an example of how CCR, RCR and OCR doesn't really matter. In fact, this is just a label that came out in less than 10 years ago by URA. It doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean that CCR is going to be the most profitable development. And it doesn't mean that OCR is going to be the most profitable area. So it's going to be taking a lot more than that. You guys have to be more careful when it comes to selecting properties that's going to be helping you to hedge against inflation and also provide for retirement. So this is just an example of some of my clients were able to handle, or able to, in a way, sacrifice their immediate needs and then go for something that has more value. Because there will be quite some people that, I want to enter this development which looks nice, got the state of the art pattern, got nice finishing, got good school here and there. But after they hear out already, then they decided that all these, okay, while they are important, yes, I don't disagree, but they are not as important as their retirement plans. So they decided to stay logical, objective, and these are some of the developments that my clients were able to get into, and then ride the wave up to build for their capital retirement. So if you are the kind that wants to be like them, want to stay logical, objective, make enough money so that you can have earlier retirement, so you don't have to worry about future finances, then feel free to consult, and then I will see how I can help. But of course, if you don't need this, then let's not waste time. Okay, so important thing, like I said, always stay logical, objective. That will be all we have for today, and see you guys. Bye bye.